When you create algorithms kasi, you have to understand yung superposition to get the answer, interference, diba? And then measurement, no? So, dun muna magsisimula.
Welcome to KakaComputer. So for today's episodes, we're going to talk about the quantum computing in future frontiers here in the Philippines. What is the state of quantum computing here in the Philippines, and are we ready to adopt it? Right. So we have here Bobby Corpus. Why don't you introduce yourself first?
Yes, thank you, Asi. So my name is Bobby Corpus. I am the current president of the Quantum Computing Society of the Philippines.
Okay, so my name is ACU Sir Asigiyang, and for today's episode is that we're right now, right, nagsisilabasan na yung mga emerging technologies, right? We have now the AI, right? We also have the blockchain. The cloud computing is much more faster than ever. At the same time, much more stronger than ever, right? So what about the state, sir, ng quantum computing here in the Philippines? So why don't we start with how do we differentiate quantum computing, right, to the rest of the emerging technologies here, not just globally, siguro here in the Philippines, and how is the adoption? Are we actually ready for that technology?
Sige. Mukhang dami mong tanong. Okay. Remind mo lang sa akin pag nakalimutan.
So siguro let's start with how we differentiate quantum computing with other technologies, emerging technologies here.
So quantum computing is a different kind of computing, no? Yung ginagawa natin, normal computer usage natin is using classical
0 and 1.
0 and 1, no?
Yeah.
So binary. Well, sa quantum computing, binary din naman, except that it's possible for may tinatawag dyan na qubit, which is quantum bit, which obeys the laws of quantum mechanics. It can be in superposition between 0 and 1. No? It doesn't need to be 50% 0, 50% 1, but it can be any combination of those states. Tapos, because it turns out na kapag ganun pala yung qubit mo, ano siya?
Na-both states siya.
Oo. Kaya niyang mag-compute ng sabay-sabay.
Yes.
Sabay-sabay. Pwede magtagalog dito?
Yes.
Ayan, oo. So, for example, imagine, pag gusto mong mag-hack ng isang system, no? Or for example, yung sa cryptography lang, no?
Yeah.
Kapag yung number of bits of encryption mo is, like, for example, 2048 bits, that's actually equal to approximately equal to 10 raised to the 616, no? It's a very big number, and it takes about 300 trillion years.
The possibilities of yung sinabi mong number is the possibilities of combination.
Yes.
For you to unlock that bank.
So ngayon, no? So to be able to crack that, you need at least the 300 trillion years, which is, we're very safe na.
Yeah.
Pero a quantum computer kasi kaya niyang sabay-sabay i-compute. Now, doon na pumapasok yung smart algorithms, which allows you to zero in on the actual answer. Pag nakuha mo na yung actual answer, which is called a period, crack mo na yung
So basically, in analogy, sir, like for example, kung yung password ko is cat, diba? So in which the possibilities are CAT, right? Since quantum computing can be at any state, right? The cat state, which is yun yung password, doesn't matter anymore kasi at any possibilities, yun yung algorithm na sinosolve ni QC. Is it that?
Ganito. So, for example, yung password cracking, no? Ang algorithm usually na ginagamit natin dyan is the Grover's algorithm. Let us say kapag yung letter mo goes from A to letter Z, di ba?
Yeah.
So, 26 yan.
26 states. So.
Tapos, 26 din yung, kasi may 3 letters ka eh.
Oh, so 26 times 26 pa,
26, di ba? Cube, 26 cube. So, that's the number of combinations. No? So, yung sa Grover's algorithm, in order to crack that, no? So, kukunin mo the number of steps that you need is just the square root of 26 raised to the 26 cube. Kunin mo yung square root niya, no? So for example, para lang medyo clear natin. Suppose you have 1,000,000 combinations, no? To crack a password like for 1,000,000 combinations, ang ginagawa mo diyan sa classical computing is iniisa-isa mo. So 1,000,000. Pero sa quantum computer, square root of 1,000,000, which is 1,000. 1,000,000 versus 1,000 ang layo, di ba?
Yeah.
Kaya ang bilis niya.
So with that premise that we introduced now to the audience on the how powerful of the speed of this quantum computing to actually crack things. And not just siguro siya in terms of cybersecurity cracking, but imagine the possibilities of its speeds. For example, for big data, right, of different applications. So in the Philippines, right, that what is the state of the Philippines in terms of adopting this? Right, siguro let's start with the I think right now in theoretical sense is somewhat is nagkakaroon na naman awareness.
Yes,
right?
Awareness.
Dito in the Philippines. But after that we have the awareness, right, in a theoretical sense, is yung practical sense naman that do you see, sir, in the nearby future, like for example, 5 years, sabihin natin 5 years from now, is that a normal Java developer will be able to handle or will be able to develop products using quantum computing? Do they need a PhD?
Hindi na
for
kailangan.
Hindi na kailangan.
Hindi na kailangan. Kasi if you want to, depende, for example, if you really want to create a qubit, so you need to understand the quantum mechanics, no?
Yeah.
Understand how it works, no? Pero kung computing lang, no? If you want to develop algorithms to solve real-world problems, then you only need to be convinced na a qubit behaves like this. Actually, you only need to understand yung double slit experiment. That's the only thing. And after that, it's pag-aralan mo na lang yung mga algorithms. And that's it, no? It's purely computer science, purely na siya, linear algebra over complex numbers.
So with regard to that, sir, kasi for example, if we're talking about developers, yung access kasi ng isang tao to become a developer is you need to have a laptop, you need to learn about the algorithm, you need to learn to have the basic coding fundamental sense, right? But in quantum computing, right, sir, the access for you to have that kind of skill is to have linear algebra.
Yes.
Is to have that it's more on a quantum mechanical sense na ganito, right?
Yes.
So do you see that as a problem, sir, in the nearby future that kind of barrier to access? In a sense ba magiging barrier to access ba talaga siya?
Alam mo bakit?
In the future, sir.
Kasi the best time to learn mathematics is now. Kasi meron na tayong mga AI eh.
Okay.
Kayang-kaya na ng AI ngayon to prove theorems, di ba? May marami ng papers na lumalabas, mga mathematician na AI.
Yeah.
You can use that in order to teach you how to understand itong mga concepts of linear algebra over complex numbers, no? So, ang ano mo lang dito is you just need to have a pen and paper, no? You can do quantum computing using just your pen and paper, no? Kasi that's matrix multiplication lang yan eh. Okay. Tapos, let us say na you are now already convinced that your application works. You can now go to your Qiskit, no? Pwede mong Although kapag may Qiskit ka na, pwede kang dumiretso din doon, no? Pagkatapos i-run mo muna yan sa isang simulator bago mo i-run sa real quantum computer. Kasi the real quantum computer, like for example IBM, will cost you about $100 per minute. 1 minute lang yan, ha? 5,000 pesos. Kaya usually pini-perfect mo muna yan yung sa sa simulator bago mo patakbo sa totoong hardware.
Are you a one-day millionaire type of person? Don't worry, we got you. Track every peso, see your spending in seconds, and finally stay on budget. With FinShark, finance has never been this easy. Download FinShark today.
And in that sense, sir, do you see like, is there any like you see in the problem here in the Philippines why hindi, do you see that when we have this awareness, right? So what is the state of that awareness is in the Philippines? Are we talking about in a general people who were early graduates? Sa tingin mo, alam na nila yung quantum computing?
No.
Is there like a paper? Kung magkaroon mo ng mga undergraduate paper, right, here in the Philippines, may quantum computing ba doon na technologies? So,
Okay.
yung state, sir, ng
State of quantum computing here in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, right. In
Okay.
terms of not also siguro ng adoption, but more like of awareness. And then bakit siguro kung maganda man yung naging awareness or maganda man yung naging state ng awareness na yan, ano yung ginawa natin? Or kung hindi man masyadong, kung developing pa lang tayo sa ganito ng awareness, what are the barriers?
Okay, so ganito, no? So we started way back 2023, yung first lecture series namin. And now we are in the 4th year now. Nakikita ko that we average about 95 people who are able to finish the course, no, which is 13 to 14 weeks
Ng quantum computing
Oo.
courses, sir.
So nung nagsimula kami, nag-register about 300, no.
Okay.
Tapos the next year 1,000 na. The next year ulit 1,000. Ngayon more than 1,000 din. Pero so yung sa 1,000 na yon, ganun din yung mga 75 to 90 ang nagpe-persist talaga, no. Probably because hindi naman talaga siya madali, no. It's yung tinuturo kasi namin diyan is not yung watered down pa eh. It's really fundamentals, no. Tapos yung fundamentals really mathematical, no.
Yeah.
Oo. Kasi that's the only way to demystify quantum computing eh.
You can't really actually introduce quantum computing in a sense na kailangan talaga may some sort of prerequisites for you to understand it really.
Yun yung next na gagawin namin. Actually, ginagawa na namin ngayon. Meron kaming quantum computing for newbies. So,
nice.
Qubits tawag dyan. In-introduce namin yan sa high schools, no? So,
As early as high school then?
Oo. So, last year sa Mindanao State University. Tapos this year naman may 2 schools sa Cebu.
Okay.
Oo, sa high schools, no? So, yung isa doon is the Cebu City National Science High School at yung isa is the Mandaue City Comprehensive National High School. So, ano naman siya? It's ang importante kasi doon is that you pique their yung interest, no. Kapag na-interest sila, you are able to
by piquing their interest, so like for
influence.
example, like why quantum computing?
Yes,
Right?
hindi
What
lang
can-
quantum computing, no. It's also quantum concepts. Nagsisimula yan sa quantum concepts eh. Kasi when you create algorithms kasi you have to understand yung superposition to get the answer, interference, 'di ba? And then measurement, no. So doon muna magsisimula. Tapos we are in partnership with a group in Europe, no, called the STELM Academy. They're very good at teaching quantum computing from grade 3 grade 3 up to high school, up to senior high.
Quantum computing.
Oo, pero hindi yung
Hindi yun yung sobrang bakbakan naman ng quantum computing.
For example, imagine these kids can explain what cryptography is all about.
As early as grade 3. Di ba?
Yes, oo.
Nice.
For example, Alice and Bob, parang ganon. Tapos si Eve, The students can already explain that dun sa kanila. Kaya we are trying to fly them here in the Philippines kasi ang maganda sa kanila, they don't ask for a professional fee, They just ask for plane ticket and accommodation, and then they will give you their
Evangelist
expertise.
talaga sila, sir.
Oo. Pero ang problema natin, wala rin tayong pambayad ng kanilang plane ticket accommodation. Kaya I'm actually reaching out to DepEd, If anyone in DepEd is actually listening to this podcast, I need your help, Actually, the Philippines need your help.
Yeah.
Kasi we have we have access to expertise, we just don't have access to the funding. Kahit kayo nang mag-book ng ticket or accommodation nila, basta pupuntahan nyo lang sila dito, kami na bahala sa the rest.
Tsaka more on sir, diba? Yung parang yung implementation din na magagawa talaga tong kasi madaling magsabi yung yes yun Madaling tayo magsabi ng yes agad Right? And at the same time, it's a very long fight at the same time na
you have
yung implementation din. Kaya ngayon sir, yung ginagawa natin ngayon is kahit hindi pa man siya institutionalized. Right? At the same time, we are starting already from the grassroots.
Tama.
Right? That we fight what we can, what dares to fight.
Tama.
On the resources that we currently have as of the moment.
Which is our personal resources.
So nananawagan po kami.
Maubos na yung pera po namin.
So siguro sir, for the final remarks sir, so as we entering these multiple technologies all up front, at least siguro yung adoption ng Philippines in terms of these technologies are really great. Like for example sa AI, right? And turns out, isa tayo sa mga heavy users ng isang LLM. At the same time, siguro din, there's also blockchains and there are a lot of technologies there. Now, nakaya talagang subukan ng Pinoy. Diba? So, how does quantum computing in the Philippines sits na yung developing nation like ours entering the quantum computing na sa tingin nyo, sir, ba in the near future, like 5 years from now, is there gonna be like paper as early as undergraduate na thesis about quantum computing?
Meron na nga ngayon. One of my students in UP Baguio already has yung thesis niya is about quantum computing, and she already has published 2 papers.
Nice.
Sa international
and do we see that,
journals.
sir, scaling in the Philippines? Like there are more people.
That's the reason why we are going to we are going to gather in the Development Academy of the Philippines, diba? Next week.
Yes.
So we gather the policymakers, agencies that are impacted by quantum computing, industry, no? And also yung academe.
Talaga.
Doon natin pag-uusapan, anong gagawin natin?
Exactly. And what is your message, sir, right now? Na ano yung hope mo na mangyari? What is your long-term goal in the Philippines in terms of quantum computing here?
Hindi lang tayo dapat users ng technology.
Yes.
Meron pa tayong window to be able to contribute. So actually, nagsisimula na tayo ngayon, no? I am part of the
in terms of, sir, of contribute, does it mean that hindi lang tayo users ng mga emerging technologies? We need to become builder of actual technologies.
Sa quantum, meron tayong window of opportunity to be able to contribute sa ecosystem, no? Kaya kasama tayo sa Southeast Asia Quantum Network. We are actually one of the founders, no, of that network. Tapos yung Kasi it doesn't need naman na you have the entire stack. Mahirap yan.
Yeah.
No? In fact, maraming countries that have the expertise, for example, in algorithms, pero wala silang quantum computer mismo, no?
Okay.
So, kailangan lang nating, so, ibig sabihin, yung ating government,
Infrastructure-wise, ready tayo, sir?
Okay, mayroon tayong quantum computer, pero 2 qubit lang, no? And that's a real quantum computer, no? Pero, the only thing we can do there is for education. Pero if you really want to have serious play with quantum computer, kaya naman. We can actually build using the expertise of other countries. Ang tawag dyan leapfrog eh.
Leapfrog.
You gather their experts here in the Philippines to build, for example, a neutral atom quantum computer, no? Tapos they train our scientists and engineers, and then afterwards tayo na yung gagawa. Pero kailangan lang talaga ng yan eh. It's not too expensive, no?
Okay.
Kailangan lang ng yung support ng government.
Funding talaga.
Funding.
On it. And then in that sense, really, there is really hope in the Philippines to become not just users, but contributors.
In fact, we're already contributing sa sa quantum computing standards. Standards, ha? Kasi part na tayo ng anong tawag dyan sa so I'm part of the BPS, no? Bureau of Philippine Standards, and we attend this standardization meetings, no? So tayo dyan, we are on track.
Thanks to our sponsors, Agora, FinShark, Tutorials Dojo, Young Satio, Amazon Web Services User Group Philippines, and Facebook subscribers. On to our next episode.